where the children actually became our future. We came out of the wilderness because them was children, right? We went 40 years, right? How many of them older people made it? It was the children, right? So all through while we was in the wilderness, we had to actually train up these children to take over. That's the same thing with today. You know what I'm saying? We have to pay very, very, very close attention to what they do, because social media, TV, internet has more influence nowadays on kids than parents do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this with passion because I've literally seen this stuff happen, from the way that they talk, the way that they walk, the way that they act. We know how it used to be when we used to see singers, rappers, and all that growing up. We modeled our lives after these people. So with all of these different influences that our kids have that we may not be able to see, that's who they looking up to. You know what I'm saying? So get Deuteronomy chapter 30 right quick, right? Deuteronomy chapter 30, and we're gonna start at verse 1. It's very, very important. Like, I just recently went through my little brothers, sisters, nephews, their phones, Instagrams, clouds, whatever it is, pictures, everything, and found things that I shouldn't have found in no child's phone. You understand what I'm saying? And we don't have no control over it if we don't control where they getting it from. You know what I'm saying? It's a scary thing, because any child in here over the age of 15? No? 14? 13? Who's the oldest child in here? What? How old are you, bro? 14 years old. That's the oldest child we got in here. Everybody else and younger, they sponges. Whatever they see, they soaking it up. They've had a couple of years, minus some of the smaller children in here, of knowing this truth. And the other time, it was spent watching us in our folly. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we keep our eyes on it. It's important. It's imperative. We got to impute on them things that are of Yah. Read that from Yah.
Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things come upon you, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before you, and you shall call them to mind among all the nations.
So we've done that. All right, he set before us the curses and the blessings. We, as a people, chose the curses because we didn't keep the commandments, right? We done called them to mind. We know that we Israel. We know we got to get back to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right? Go ahead.
Where the Most High your power hath driven you, and shall return unto the Most High your power.
And shall do what?
And shall return unto the Most High your power.
So we in that process of returning, right? We coming back to him, right? In our knowledge. Go ahead.
And shall obey his voice according to all that I command you this day.
According to the book. Go ahead.
You and your children.
You and your what?
You and your children.
It ain't just us that got to be doing this stuff. It's our kids too. That it's for us to get back and come out of our captivity. He says you and your children. Not just you. You and your children. We all got to be subject unto these laws. Disrespect to parents, they learn that. You know what I'm saying? They had to learn that. And we can't be slack on we can't spare that rod like the book say, right? Because this is their salvation. One of the commandments is honor your father and your mother that your days may be long upon the earth, right? So every time that you allow disrespect to just go past, every time that you allow your kids to do something that's out of order from what you told them to do, and you let it go, it's building on them. That's their salvation. You are in control of their salvation right now. We can't let them slide with this and that, because it ain't gonna do nothing but get worse. Like moms, grandma, what she tell you when you was younger? What you did to me is gonna come back twice on you with your kids, right? And if we don't buckle down, it's gonna happen, and your kids is gonna be in the pit. You know what I'm saying? He read.
You and your children, with all your heart and with all your soul, that then the Most High your power will turn your captivity.
He will do what?
Will turn your captivity.
So he gonna turn our captivity once this thing happens with us and our children. In Proverbs 22:6. In order for us to get to the good, we got to go through the bad, right? We gotta go through training. You gotta whoop them when you don't want to whoop them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta punish them. You have to. That's the only way that they gonna realize what they doing and change it.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child.
Do what?
Train up a child.
Do what?
Train up a child.
Train up a child. Who ever been trained on a job before? What do they do in your training? Like, how much of the job do they teach you? Anybody? Somebody? They teach you most of it. Everything that you gonna be doing, everything that you need to do, they teach you the ins and outs of that part, right? You got to know that because it's something that you got to do. Scriptures say, train up a child in the way that he'll go and what?
Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
When he is old, he will not depart. You're setting the example for them to follow. Their salvation is at hand. Children, when it comes to disrespecting your parents, when it comes to talking back, not doing what they say, your salvation is at hand. You will burn just like everybody else will if you don't hearken to your parents. Is that understood? I don't hear no kids. Is that understood?
Yes.
I'm dead serious, y'all.
Say it.
This is not a funny matter. This is not nothing to laugh about, nothing to smile about. You will be in hell if you disrespect your parents. Read that again, huh?
Verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
So we know that Solomon, parents, we know that Solomon as a king had to keep a portion of the law. He had to keep a copy of the law with him being king, right? So that means he got this somewhere from the law, right? Let's go Deuteronomy chapter 6. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. All this, like, for me, looking at all of these Kick, Instagram, the personal messages, what's another, Tango, FaceTime, whatever, what's another one? Anybody know another one? All of that stuff, the emails, you got to check this stuff. For my little brother, sister, and nephews, I shut everything down. Because it ain't no way, even if I check, ain't no way to control what they see. It ain't no way to control it. I shut it all down. You won't get a chance to see it. I put a lock on it. If you want to download something, come ask me. All right? Because they have you. We gotta control this stuff. We in the information era, right? Any type of internet they get on, they can go to anything they want to. All they got to do is key in the words. You know what I'm saying? I had to get on my nephew ridiculously bad the other day because he was doing and saying stuff that he, as a child, had no business doing because of stuff that he saw. Read that up.
Verse?
Verse 4.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. Hear, O Israel.
Hear, O who?
Hear, O Israel.
O Israel. We the children of Israel, right? Go ahead.
Yahuwah our Elohim is one Yahuwah.
Mm-hmm.
And you shall love Yahuwah your Elohim with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might.
So is this just the parents or it's the children too? It's the children too. But we got to teach them how to love the Most High with all their heart, mind, and soul, right? How many of us go over the commandments with our kids every day? Oh, what you got? Go to Joshua 1 and 7. How many of us go over the commandments with our child once a week? Other than Shabbat. That's not good. What verse 6 say? Give verse 6 first. Joshua 1 and 6. We're going to come back to Deuteronomy 4.
Joshua chapter 1 and verse 6. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shall you divide for an inheritance the land.
So we supposed to get an inheritance, right? How many of us want to be friends to our kids? Or are friends to our kids? You admit it. I admit it for you. It's parents that's friends to their kids. A lot nowadays. Right? And being a friend ain't gonna get your son or daughter nowhere. You gotta be a parent. You don't have to be a tyrant, but you got to be a parent. By us being in this word, being in this truth, being in this law, how in the world don't we teach our kids the commandments every day? You know what that comes from? Us not doing it every day. They're going to follow by your example, right? This is serious. Go ahead.
Be strong and of good courage, for unto this people shall you divide for inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them.
Go ahead.
Only be you strong and very courageous, that you may observe to do according to all the law which Moshe my servant commanded you.
How much of the law is done away with? Okay. That's Joshua 1 and we started at verse 6. We have verse 7 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left.
Don't turn from the law for the left or to the right. Go ahead.
That you may prosper wheresoever you go.
Mm-hmm.
This book of the law.
This book of what?
This book of the law.
This book of the law. Where the law at? Where's the law? Torah. Right? This book of the law, read.
This book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth.
Shall not depart out of your what?
Out of your mouth.
It shall not depart out of your mouth, read.
But you shall meditate therein day and night.
But you shall meditate therein day and night. Your kid go to school how many days out of the week? 5. They teaching them what they teaching. Everything that they want to teach them. They giving them tests on what they want to teach them. Vocabulary, math, science, social studies. And some of this stuff be contrary to the law. But guess what? We not doing nothing to counter that. Because we ain't teaching our kids every day, every night like the script said. We got to. Whether it's going over the commandments every day, we got to do this. He say this book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth. Meditate therein day and night. We got to counter the world with something. Shabbat just ain't going to do it. Shabbat don't even do it for us. We got to start getting together more often. Right? Go ahead.
Day and night. And you may observe to do according to all that is written therein.
So if you meditate in the day and night, it's going to weigh on your mind. And you're going to consider these things and you're going to actually do them. Right? Go to Genesis 18, verse 14. Matter of fact, start at verse 17. Mm-hmm.
Genesis.
Abraham was a friend to the Most High, right? So it was when you got a friend, you know your friend, right? Let's see something.
Genesis chapter 18 and verse 17. And Yahuwah said, shall I hide from Abraham that which I do? Mm-hmm. Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, mm-hmm. and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. Mm-hmm. For I know him.
For he know him, and what else?
That he will command his children.
That he will do what?
Command his children.
I know Abraham gonna teach his children. Read.
And his household after him.
And his household after who?
After him.
He gonna teach him the same thing he doing. He gonna teach him to keep my commandments just like he doing. Go ahead.
For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of Yahuwah, to do justice and judgment, that Yahuwah may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him.
So in order for us to get what the Most High spoken to us, for us to come out of our captivity, like Deuteronomy 30 say, we got to train up our children in the way that we going. It's simple. But we make it hard. We throw in excuses as parents. You know what I'm saying? We throw in excuses. Hey, well, you know, I'm tired, man. They've been in school all day. You know, I mean, we'll do it on Shabbat. We'll go. No, man, we gotta make it our business to do this stuff. It's their salvation. Let's just say, y'all forbid, one of our children fell into that same type of iniquity that I told y'all my little cousin did, right? And we had no idea. And all this stuff and stuff in the script start popping off, and you looking around like, where is my child? Your child where it need to be. Because you didn't teach him what you should have taught him. Because you ain't did what the book said. Right? We in bondage, right? But our bondage is more of what? Spiritual now than physical. Right? It's more of mental than physical, rather. Let's go to Exodus chapter 1. They playing on our children. They have to. They gotta get to your kids. They playing on them. They making they man. I was just telling my mom and my wife the other day. When you used to like a little a kid back in the day, right? It's a whole different type of like now, cause they exposed to so much. You know what I'm saying? A child on the news the other day was pregnant at 11. What is that? Because somebody ain't training up their child. You know what I'm saying? Where I got you at? Exodus 1 and 13.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter.
They made their lives bitter with what?
With hard bondage.
With hard bondage. We in hard bondage mentally now. But now instead of coming at you hard, because they do that anyway, they get into your children though. Literally. I've never seen stuff more sexual in my life when it comes to what these kids do. Everything they do. Everything they see. Cartoons. They not even safe watching cartoons. Ain't no more Mighty Mouse. Ain't no more none of that. Ain't no more none of that. You know what I'm saying? Now they watching SpongeBob. SpongeBob is a guy, right, kids? Right? Yeah. Patrick is a guy, right? Didn't they have an episode where SpongeBob and Patrick was playing Mommy and Daddy? Y'all remember that? Yeah. Yeah. That's homosexual. That's against the law. That type of stuff within itself, that it plays on the kid's mind. It makes it okay. Because they're not thinking, oh, SpongeBob and Patrick are two guys. They thinking about, oh man, Patrick coming in and he won't watch the baby for SpongeBob. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Keep going.
And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage and mortar and brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service, wherein they were made them to serve, was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives.
What do you say to the midwives?
Of which the name of one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other was Puah.
So this is the king of Egypt saying to the midwives, right? The one that's supposed to be delivering these babies, right? What is he saying to them?
And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then you shall kill him.
If it be a son, then you shall what?
Then you shall kill him.
If we look at what's going on now, they are making our little boys little girls. They ain't got to kill them when they come out. I just mold his mind. I make him think it's okay to wear a dress. You know what I'm saying? I make him think it's okay to kiss guys. I make him think it's okay. What the rappers, the music they listening to, right? What type of music you listen to? You listen to what's that song? what is this song? What is it? Which one I'm talking about? The one where he be like, in the beginning, what's that? Lifestyle, right? Them dudes is known homos.
What is it? Come on,
Them dudes is homo. They pants are skin tight, wearing dresses. But if we not up on it, if we ain't monitoring what they watching, what they listening to, they open to it, right? Get Genesis 1 and 4. We about to finish it up in 2 scripts. Genesis 1 and 4. We got to make a separation. We know that these people is trying to break down us as a people. We know that these people is trying to get at our kids in more ways than we know. We got to make a separation. Our kids should stand out from other kids. They do to an extent, but we got to make them really stand out. We got to get on them when it comes to this law. We got to get on them when it comes to everything concerning this book. And we got to stay on it. How much better is it going to be for you to stay inclined to read your book if you got to do it with your kid every day? Go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and 4. And the Most High saw the light, that it was good.
He saw the light, that it was good. What else?
And the Most High divided the light from the darkness.
Kids, what day was this? What day?
Say it out loud.
First.
Exactly. Right? All of y'all should have known that. Okay. So he separated the light from the darkness, right? Let's get Ephesians 5 and 8.
Ephesians 5, 8. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 8. For you were sometimes darkness.
We were sometimes that darkness, right? We was doing foul stuff, right? We would let little certain stuff slide because that, you know what I'm saying? That's what we was doing, right? Go ahead.
But now, But
now you are what?
Are you light?
You are light now. Go ahead.
In Yahuwah, walk as children of light.
Walk as children of light. Produce children of light. Make them the children of the light. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. We're about to wrap it up. 5 and 5.
First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 5. You are all the children of light.
You are all the children of light. Everybody in here, we the children of light. At least we claim to be, right? We supposed to be walking in perfection, right? Walking out the Hamashiach, right? That means we got to be light. And if you say that you light and you still sinning, you lying. Right? We supposed to be the children of the light. Go ahead.
And the children of the day.
And the children of the day. Go ahead.
We are not of the night.
We are not of the night.
Nor of darkness.
Nor of the darkness, right? Which means that we gotta, not only in us, but in our kids, we gotta make sure that they portraying that. Like my uncle, to my little cousin, when he came over, when we was discussing this thing, he said that he wanted to put her out of the house when he found this thing out, right? 15 years old, he wanted to put her out. They said, why? He said, because she shamed our name. How many of us know how important a name is in this book?
Very.
That's your reputation. That's your bloodline. That's you. If you got a bad name or a bad rep, everywhere you go, people gonna think this certain thing of you and of your family. Right? It don't have to be homosexuality that they go into. It can be fornication. It can be all types of things that these kids can be getting into in their minds or doing it outright. We got to make sure we monitor it. I'm not trying to tell no parent how to control their kid, we shut it down for them. Ain't no way to control that Instagram stuff. Ain't no way to control that Keek stuff. Ain't no way to control that Tango stuff. Ain't no way to control it, period. I tried. I looked. I searched. There's no way for us to control it. Because as long as it's in their hands, they can do with it whatever they will. They can delete whatever they want whenever they will. And I don't like that power. Straight up. I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do, but check into this stuff. I would advise, get your kids' phones, get their tablets, go into their computers, their Gmails, they clouds, they pictures, just see what they up to. I'm not saying that our children are bad, but they are susceptible to a lot of stuff today. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it. It's been on my mind since this happened for us to get this out to everybody in here. You know what I'm saying? All of it, none of it is good. I'm just gonna be real with you. Instagram is a site for pictures. What is a picture? A picture is worth how many words? 1,000 words, right? So if I see a picture, if I see a picture and it sparks my interest as a child, how many more words is it worth? You know what I'm saying? That you think all types of stuff with this stuff. I know my little brother, sister, nephew, they ain't bad kids, but the stuff that I seen just from going on their page, looking at the people that they ain't no controlling that stuff. It's gonna mess them up as kids. We claiming to live this type of life, but we are allowing them to see this type of life. That don't work. That's backwards. You know what I'm saying? Get verse 22, last verse. 1 Thessalonians 5:22. We got to remember, when he come back, he not sparing man, woman, nor child. They don't get a pass. They don't get no pass. When them kids was talking about Elijah and him being bald, what happened? They got mauled by a bear. All of them killed. Ain't no pass. You the one who gotta be the one to say, don't go here, don't do this, don't do that. They can't think. You can't allow. Like my mom used to tell me, you can't think this. You can't make your own decisions. You a child. I'll make your decisions. Oh, that's not fair. You don't know if that's fair or not. If I said it is fair, it's fair. Same thing with how you operate with your children. Same way same way that Most High operate with us. You know what I'm saying? Last verse.
Verse 22. Abstain.
Do what?
Abstain.
Stay away from
all appearance of
all
evil.
What?
From all appearance of evil.
From all appearance of evil. If it look wrong, don't do it. If you can think in your mind, man, maybe they on here doing it, get it up out of there. Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be on there. And I can guarantee it. I've been blown away in the last couple days. Blown, I'm talking about completely out of the water. And I've been dealing with technology for a while. You got to think about it. And the generations that came before me, it wasn't no cell phones, no computers like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had to learn it. I was born in it. As soon as they come out, we still had to learn it. When they come out, they holding your phone as 6-7 months. Calling people, scrolling, playing games. This is all they know. Just imagine if this is all they know, the things that that they're capable of doing with it. Gotta be able to control this stuff, y'all. So I definitely wanted to, get that out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Listen, check their phone today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Check it. Delete what you don't want to be on there. I done put a block up. I'm telling you, check it.
If you ain't 18, you shouldn't be on social media anyway.
Absolutely. The only thing that they got on their phones right now, well, when they receive them back, it's going to be a couple games that I put on there. A couple. Like 3. Because there's some games out here that's off the chain too. Couple games. The phones are shut off. Ain't no text message. Ain't no none of that. Y'all want to get in touch with the people in class? I'm gonna make sure I see your contact list. Ain't no none of that. That they apps is blocked. Certain things they can't get on. You can't go to. The internet is blocked. YouTube is taken off.
You can put them on parental controls where you control their whole phone, where you see everything they touch from the button to the last time they done it.
Straight up.
It's a parental control app, yeah. So anything you can see, you get on the computer and download everything on their phone they've been on.
Parental control it is.
Parental control.
Say it again. I like that even. So I just want, you know what I'm saying, just wanted to, because it disturbed me, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make sure we on our P's and Q's, not only with these phones and these internets and all that, but we got to keep them in this. That's real. On the daily. Whatever your kids see you doing, they soaking it up and they gonna do it. I'll give you an example. Nazi, right? He see you all day in that book. 9 times out of 10, he gonna be he up under his daddy. He gonna in a minute. He gonna give me the precept. Show me in the book. Right? That's what we gotta do. See what I'm saying? Like she said, she posted in the inbox. He asked Mama, where the CC's at? Where the friends is at? Where yours at? I'm saying. They soak up everything. How old is Nasi? 2 years old. You know what I mean? And that's with positive stuff being put into them. Imagine what type of negative stuff at 2 years old a kid could be doing. I done seen kids smoking at 2. I done seen kids cussing, dancing all crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got to put into these kids what the Most High wants you to put in them. You know what I'm saying? So, shalom on that.
Point.